So, y'all already saw that intro. We're going full on now for this video. We got the ice in the watch right here. We got it all dripped out. We got the beanie on. We got, hold on real quick. And we also have a non-functioning YouTube. Hear this, toy gun. It's a toy gun, not a real one. You can see the damn wires and everything. Look at the muzzle. It's all broken. It's not even complete. Look, it's missing the other part. It's in the end, bro. Like, come on. This thing is fake. This thing is not real. So YouTube, please, I'm not even old enough to carry a weapon, and I wouldn't anyway. But yeah, we got some racks. We got $2 right here because we're flexing the thumbnail. And yeah, man, I'm extremely excited for this record. Let me start off by saying that this is the most unexpected collaboration I think I've ever seen for any artist, period. I mean, at least for this year. I mean, I've seen some very unexpected collabs, but like DJ Drama, YOVNGCHIMI is like such a odd collaboration. But anyway, I guess let me explain the reason why I'm extremely hyped for this. YOVNGCHIMI, I started hearing about this guy's name last year. I think it was like in last March or February. I don't know why. I can just like pinpoint to those exact months much quicker. But yeah, I remember hearing about his music and stuff like that. And then Glizzy Walk 2.0, the remix that I got dropped around the time, and it was like just garnering so much fame. People were just listening to it nonstop, and it just became almost a meme, I guess, in a sense. It's not really a meme, but it's like, at least it was a meme for me, because it was like the amount of people that are taking the song seriously and everything. But for some reason, I just fed into the hype, and I just was completely adored by the song. I think I know almost both their verses completely. That's kind of cap, but I don't know. If I hear just one single word from the verse, I think I can fill in the blank spaces on top of my head. This is how addictive the song was, and I just kept, following Chimi's, I guess, career as he went on last year, and he was dropping some fire features left and right, collaborating with some big Latino household names, and honestly, that just made me very happy, because it's been a long time since we get such an aspiring and ambitious artist as YOVNGCHIMI, who is bringing the Detroit wave here to Puerto Rico and here to the Latino music soundscape. The reason why this is also very exciting is because it's been such a long time since I've heard an artist, especially a Latino artist, who has been just like more, I guess, whose image is more centralized around the gangster rap type of music, and doesn't just venture off to a more poppier zone trying to feed into the mainstream. And it seems that he's very comfortable in this area, and he's going to be pumping out, I guess, almost the same type of material, I guess, for most of his career, maybe, who knows. But he's been very consistent, and in his comfortable little space, I think is where he excels the most, and it doesn't sound awkward when he's trying to venture into slightly different sounds. And as he said, and as I said in the beginning, he did say that he was trying to bring the Detroit wave and sound here to Latino trap music. And honestly, I'm just so glad, because we get to hear the influence a lot of Detroit rappers carry. And it's very cool, because we get to hear more modern day Detroit music. I mean, artists such as SG, 42 Doug, even Babytron, if you want to put it there, are just carrying this whole modern Detroit sound, this modern Detroit sound and style that's just been spreading over in the States like wildfire. And it's honestly there to stay. And also Babyface Ray is also a great example of that. They've all been killing it in terms of like maintaining the traditions of Detroit trap and the whole aesthetics. And I like the YOVNGCHIMI is sort of like borrowing from that thing, being influenced by that, and trying to take it here to try to expose new audiences to that type of music, which is very cool. And hopefully we get to hear more artists who collaborate with YOVNGCHIMI and try to expand more on this domain. But anyway, enough of that yapping. I really want to get into this. DJ Drama, I think the last time I heard DJ Drama feature an album was the West Side Gun project that dropped last year. I think it was Hitler's Were Hermes 10, which was the final installment of that series. And think that was a little bit off. It's like he popped in and then popped out at times, and it was kind of weird. It wasn't like Call Me If You Get Lost, where he's basically in almost every single song in there and was consistent. Hopefully, it's like how he does his old school mixtapes back in the day, where it's like, he has a bigger presence in handling this, and he can help Chimi with sequencing and instrumentals and stuff like that. That would be cool. Talking about instrumentals, I hope Hydro, however you pronounce the guy's name, the producer always collaborates with YOVNGCHIMI in terms of, making his biggest songs. I really hope he's producing most of this album, if not all of the songs, because that guy and Chimi just have such a great chemistry between each other, and it's unmatched. It really is. It really is unmatched. But yeah, I heard the intro track. I've been bumping it all day, and it's ironic because it just came out literally yesterday. But yeah, I've been bumping it a lot. I almost broke my neck listening to this in the car. True story, by the way. It's just that hard of a song. It's an amazing intro. But yeah, we're going to skip right to the second track with Whole Lotta Bricks featuring Rich the Kid, which is also interesting before I start the album. It's interesting that the track list and the feature list in this album, it's more of an American like collaboration, I guess, because DJ Drama has connections with more of the American landscape, which I think is pretty cool. But I would also would have loved to see, I guess, a feature from Mvrda Gvng or more Latino artists in this record too. But anyway, let's get into the second song.
Not Gucci, give my fade, like boost. You cuffin' that bitch a groupie. Pull up, we make a move. Round truck full of pounds.
Alright, so that was Whole Lotta Bricks. This is gonna sound crazy. It really is gonna sound crazy, right? I gotta take out this glass. Well, it's missing a whole lens. It just broke and fell off when I was trying to do the intro. But yeah, not gonna lie, not gonna cap, right? It's just like my opinion stuff. But it's like, it's like one of those songs where it's like, you hear it from like someone blasting in a car and stuff, and you just like, you're just like listening to it too, and you're like, that's a cool song, but then you don't really go out of your way to listen to that song. That's how I feel about this song. Like, it's, first of all, the problem is that it's like only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I mean, yeah, that's not necessarily like a terrible length or anything like that, but I guess for a song like this magnitude, and Chimi having such a fire pen that he does, it feels very short and it feels like very pulled back, especially when this guy can spit bars after bars after bars. And I'm not gonna lie, the rich kid feature was very like half-assed in a sense. It was very short. It was just kind of messy over the place, and really the song ended at 1 minute and 40 seconds, and Chimi gave a very short performance as well. So like, the feature didn't even really mesh with the main artist, is what I'm trying to get at. It didn't really mesh in there. It was kind of awkward how they delivered it. Once again, it's like one of those songs where it's like, if I hear it, I'm not going to complain about it because it's a very short song, but it's like, I wouldn't go out of my way to really listen to the song, personally speaking. Next track, Danger, featuring G Herbo and Sugarhill.
Dramatic, nigga.
Wait. Yo, hold up. I gotta pause that real quick. What the fuck did I just hear? What the hell was that lip? Why does it sound like someone's getting their backbone out? Am I tripping, or am I hearing the and it sounds like it was being recorded in a freaking bathroom stall? What type of tag is this, bro? What type of tag is this? Now I feel like weirded out. I unironically feel weirded out and do not feel safe at all in this song, period. What the hell is going on? This is what I was talking about. He has a consistency with his flow, with his wordplay. It doesn't sound like he's like trembling off his words. It doesn't sound like he's insecure in what he's trying to say. He's very direct with this, and he means it with all of his heart. That's the funny thing with this, and that's the interesting thing about this music. It's like he's like, dead serious. Like, he like dead set on if he's standing an op. I mean, if he's gonna kill an op, he means it. Like, really. I don't know if you guys saw that like movie skit that he dropped in his channel. Bro filmed a 2-minute GTA session. basically with DJ Drama. That shit was crazy. It really was crazy. But yeah, I mean, play this track, bro. The drill beat kind of goes hard.
Put him in a box, and I spoken on for being Nazi. I don't know why they took on the gang. New objects, Ddot, I spoken on Ddot. That nigga really hit the brain. Me and Brent, too deep, we spent that I see we making a scene. A mí ninguno mejor, un tiro todo lo que se puede formar. Estoy Blicky Gvng, otro asesinato para mí eso es normal. Going to no hospital, grab the bandages. I don't know what bro them saying in Spanish, but I know how to let that cannon spit. I know we all.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I said. You know, I said that first track, the intro was magnificent. It was an amazing intro. It was an amazing pop that I was bumping all day. That's how I feel. Like comparing it to like this song, it's like I'm getting the same vibes in terms of like, you know, I'm actually getting like a, you know, like great feature performances this time around. It feels like a complete song, and it feels like a bop that I can easily just like jump into, like easily. You know, it feels like I can just play it in the gym and I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna live crazy in the gym. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan. That's what it felt. It felt like Goku just entering like his next Super Saiyan form. I don't know how many forms he has. I don't watch the anime. I don't care to watch the anime. I don't want to offend you Goku fans or Dragon Ball fans. I just see the fight clips on YouTube and TikTok whenever it just appears to me. But yeah, that's how it felt. It just felt like he was ascending to like the next, you know, Dragon Ball Super Saiyan phase. But anyway, next track, Milano Town.
Nuovo boss down, 50 pagati in pound. Sono pronto a fare la guerra per rispedire i nemici in down. La fame vuole più round, la testa nell'underground, io mi caggio.
That hook kind of weak. Not gonna lie, that hook and chorus segment kind of weak. It's not because I don't understand the language. It's probably I can't identify the language. I don't know if it's Italian or not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry if I don't identify it for those viewers who understand the language. Because he's obviously not speaking Spanish nor English, or maybe I'm tripping. I just don't understand his words and he's so mumbled up. But that auto tune is extremely distracting. Even let's say he's like spitting some Kendrick ass bars. That auto tune is very like out of tune, literally just out of tune. It sounds weird. It sounds like overpowering the vocals, and it affects the performance really badly. YOVNGCHIMI with auto tune is something I don't want to hear again. It sounds weird. It sounds awkward, and it doesn't really suit him in general. But yeah, that's I guess my major complaint. This is a very awkward beginning, and hopefully it doesn't like end like pause that track, bro. That switcher with the bass line, we're going to the whole 808 to like a more thicker, nicer, sort of like west coast type bass line was crazy. It honestly was. And bro, he flowing on this track. He just flowing and floating at the same time, bro. This guy has an obsession with just like mentioning a parky or just like a Glock or a gun, just like in every single track. And obviously it's like gangster rap and stuff. He's obviously gonna mention it, but it reminds me. I don't know why I'm making this comparison, but it reminds me of like John Morant, like in his situation, where it's like he pulled out a gun in IG Live, or I think his friend recorded him, or he recorded his, something like that, and he pulled out a gun, or there was a gun involved in there for like the second time. It's really funny because it's like you get yourself in these situations purposely at this point. It just reminds me of that it's like he's just mentioning a gun every single song. But then again, situations are different. Just thought it was kind of funny. Alright, so that was Goat Talk. Bro, my camera is tweaking right now. Damn, bro, my camera is tweaking. But yeah, I mean, that was Goat Talk. I wanted to also add that there was like that piano riff playing in the background kind of reminded me of 5% Temp by Travis Scott and the Astro World. I know that, you know, there's a lot of like piano riffs and Detroit music that just sound like that, but it's like for some reason I can just pinpoint exactly for like 5%. It reminds me of that. It's one of those like piano riffs they're repeating over and over again, like in the track as a loop, but it doesn't get too repetitive to the point it becomes obnoxious. That makes any sense. Is what I'm trying to get at. Also, there's like some very nice leads sprinkled across this track, which I thought very like really complemented the "Welcome to My Hood" type of feeling. It gave me this like, I don't want to say Compton, but West Coast / once again Detroit vibe. But it's one of those songs where it's like he's narrating, obviously, about his blog, you know, like, welcome here, this is what happens when it goes down. But it's like, the beat paints a very vivid background of the landscape that he's trying to get at, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, honestly, Go Talk was a banger. Not gonna lie, it's a short and great banger. But yeah, let's go to the next track, Trapstar, which is like the longest song of this record. It's almost 5 minutes. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's get it.
Pues lo voy a customizar. A 19 XLR 300 Black Will FN. Se van a meter todas las pistolas por culo porque cojones no tienen. 2016 yo andaba con los.
But yo, se van a meter todas las pistolas por el culo para que ni cojones tienen. Yo, that's a bar. That is a bar. Jesus Christ, bro. But you know how mad and pissed off you had to be to talk to your ops that way? Bro, that's crazy. I should start using that bar more. That line is honestly like great. I should start using that more whenever I get into road rage. Bro, that verse is crazy. Whoa. Sorry, who this guy's name is, bro? Haiti66, bro. This guy crazy. I don't know if you guys heard of an artist called Ankal, but he is like, it reminds me of Ankal in that sense. Like it's not like the voice is the same or anything, but it's like, I guess the aggression and like how pissed off this dude is, it's like almost the same level as him. But I feel like this guy has like more cadence in his rapping, and I think the whole verse, even though it was like some wild stuff, it was like some Eminem Marshall Matters type stuff, like even at that level, the Marshall Matters LP type of anger and just like craziness in his lyrics. That was hard. That was honestly hard. I don't care how crazy that thing was. Alright, so there's a technical issue. Apparently the second half of this video can just not be displayed. Like, I'm trying to like, you know, drag the video file, which is like 40 minutes long, and it's second half of the video to this editing software, but it's very annoying. So yeah, unfortunately I can't upload the second half of this reaction. But anyway, I guess let me just give my thoughts on it, because obviously this is like post-production and stuff like that. So yeah, the second half of the record I think was pretty cool. There was a few consistency problems, you know. It felt like there were some songs in there that was just like to fill in a gap, quote unquote, to put it that way. Some features weren't necessarily the best. There were other features that were great, especially the one that we just heard right now. And I kind of wish that there was more Latino American artists collaborating with YOVNGCHIMI. Obviously, I would love to hear artists like Mvrda Gvng, Bad Bunny, or other faces that he's worked with on this record, especially as a debut project. And a debut project, you know, it gives you the impression of what the artist is and what they plan to do in the future, or in their music in general. So there's that. But you know, I understand why there's so many, like, I guess, American features in this project. It's mostly because, you know, we're working through the DJ Drama, and Drama got the connections, and I guess he wants to sort of bridge the gap between Latino culture and American culture, try, I guess, to unite them both. Which DJ Drama has a lot of connections as well, and I thought it was pretty cool. And what I think was perfect from this record was the 13-track list. I didn't feel like it's like overstaying its welcome. It felt, you know, nice. It felt concise. But I will say that it starts to get slightly stale once we venture more into the second half, especially with beats that start to sound a little bit generic, and it starts to sound a little bit just like the same thing that we've been hearing. However, I do have to say YOVNGCHIMI put on a strong performance in almost all of these tracks, that I never was bored whenever he was rapping. It just, most of the issues just stem from the features performance, how short some of their verses were, and how they didn't really add that much to the project except for some verses that I thought were cool. And again, just the production, that it can be a bit better and a bit tighter, instead of it sounding like, you know, YouTube royalty free beats. I wish there was more like Hydro production involved in here, and I think if Hydro and YOVNGCHIMI were to do a collab album, it would probably be just freaking perfect, and I would love to hear that. But yeah, I mean, it's a debut project. It's solid. It's tight. I don't have a score ready off the top of my head, because I don't just want to throw numbers right there, because I'm not even sure myself. But I just know it's a tight project, it's solid, and you should definitely give it a listen, because you're gonna find some bops, some Detroit style bops they're definitely going to mess with, even if you don't even speak the language. But yeah, what do you guys think of this album? Let me know in the comments down below. That you like it, you hate it. Also, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, notification bell on, so you miss an upload from me. And yeah, stay safe from COVID, even though it's not a huge deal anymore, but still stay safe, please. And yeah, peace out, everybody.